Okay, let's go. Hey guys, I previously decided I wanted to do Kowloon side and like a series on Kowloon side because that's mainly where I grew up. And actually, to be completely honest, I haven't really explored Kowloon side as an adult. This week, news announced that they were gonna close the Star Ferry, and that got me shook. The Star Ferry has been around for like the last 142 years. Aside from it being a gift that basically prominent members of the ethnic minority community in Hong Kong contributed to Hong Kong over the course of the last 2 centuries, it's iconic. I'm just gonna devote this vlog to the Star Ferry. It's like my favorite mode of transportation. Tram's my favorite form of land transportation, but like the ferry is my favorite form of transportation in Hong Kong. If you're only here for 8 hours, that would be like the top thing I would recommend. Take the ferry on Victoria Harbour. I can't stress enough how obsessed I am with the Star Ferry. Like it's like a huge part of my childhood. You know that scene in 10 Things I Hate About You where Mandela is talking about Shakespeare?
More than a fan, we're involved.
That's how I feel about the Star Ferry. My dream house would have the seats in the Star Ferry. Those like reversible. I honestly feel like it's such a huge part of my Hong Kong experience. Yeah, it's just really upsetting that it's gonna happen. The fact that it was on the news makes it a bit more real, which is why I'm a bit freaked out. I mean, fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm just gonna take you with me and I hope you'll see. I don't think I'll be able to do it justice, especially because today is super cloudy. But that will not take away from our ferry ride experience. So come with me. If there was one thing that I knew was not going to change, regardless of where I would be in the world, it would be my love for the ferry. That's not gonna change. So hopefully it doesn't close. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just I love the ferry so much. And I hope they don't close it. Anyway, I'll see you there. Bye. So before I go to the ferry, I just wanted to answer the 3 questions that I have. Number 1, what do I remember about the ferry? So the reason why I love the ferry so much is because it was such an integral part of my childhood. Every Wednesday we'd go to church and we'd basically, from Matawai Road, we'd take bus number 5 all the way to Star Ferry, take the ferry, walk up to St. Joseph or take a taxi up to St. Joseph, depending on how late we were or whatever. Every Wednesday, rain or shine, we would go. We would take this route and we would go. I have really bad motion sickness, but it was on the ferry that I felt safe. I felt like it was safer than a lot of other open air ferries that I've taken. That's why I'm so passionate about saving it, because you're taking away a piece of my childhood. What do I appreciate about the Star Ferry? Hong Kong is translated as fragrant harbor, and it does not make sense in my mind, in the schema of my mind of what Hong Kong is, if there is no ferry. Things I appreciate about the ferry, aside from it being a cultural icon and like a huge part of history here, is just like the magic that you feel when you're on it. I don't think I would ever be able to give justice to how I feel or what it evokes in me, like the emotion that it evokes in myself whenever I'm on it. My ideal date would be a ride on the Star Ferry and then like a nice dinner and then a stroll on either promenade. The promenades have been made so well, like, oh, I can't even like explain. I'm not even gonna try. Number 3, if there's one thing that you could do, not even that I suggest you to do, it's like what I want you to do is, if you can, take the ferry. Experience for yourself the magic that it gives you. Like, I sound like an ad, but no amount of me describing it will ever be able to explain. Part of falling in love with Hong Kong is to appreciate the small things, right? I know a lot of people who take in the ferry, they're on their phone and then it's just another way of getting somewhere. But on a clear day and the skyline is sparkling in front of you, or at night, like when the symphony of lights is happening, even before that, like Hong Kong's skyline is iconic for a reason. And the best view of that skyline, without jostling for a spot on the Tsim Sha Tsui promenade, is a ferry ride. I really hope they don't make good and close the ferry. Like, that would be really heartbreaking. This is me doing what I can to like make people go, because I think the issue is money. I think the issue is that not enough people use it anymore. So if there's anything you could do, it would be that. Ride the ferry. And it's cheap. It's not even gonna make a dent in your like octopus card. It's only like $3 or something. I hope I've been able to convince you to go and check it out. Anyway, enjoy the rest of this video. It's gonna just be shots of the ferry. The best part about riding the ferry is that rain or shine, you get the view, the exact same skyline view, all its different facets. I realized that part of why I enjoy the ferry so much is because I'm on the water. It's been a really emotional morning. Not that it's going to be the last time I'm gonna ride the ferry, but it just makes everything so much more real in terms of like, what if they do decide to close it? Lots of time to self-reflect. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm pretty sure you get the point, right? This harbor is what it's all about. To be on it, to be beside it, I think is so important to me personally as part of my Hong Kong life. It's fitting that I would do a whole vlog just on the ferry. And on these views, like, haven't noticed, guys, there's a lot of water shots and a lot of time lapses of ferries and like the water. Do a drinking game and like take a shot for every time you see the ferry or the water in my videos, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna get drunk with the number of water shots that I have. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you guys at the next one. Bye.